By Sam Metz, Associated Press, Salt Lake City, The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints said Tuesday it supports proposed federal legislation to safeguard same-sex marriages. It's the church's latest show of support in the lead-up to an expected congressional vote Wednesday. The 17 million-member, Utah-based faith said in a statement that church doctrine would continue to consider same-sex relationships against God's commandments, yet would support rights for same-sex couples as long as they didn't infringe upon religious groups' right to believe as they choose. Repeal. As we work together to preserve the principles and practices of religious freedom together with the rights of LGBTQ individuals, much can be accomplished to heal relationships and foster greater understanding, an unnamed spokesperson for the church said. Support for the Respect for Marriage Act under consideration in Congress is the church's latest step to stake out a more welcoming stance toward the LGBTQ community while holding firm to its belief that same-sex relationships are sinful. Patrick Mason, a professor of religious studies at Utah State University, said the church's position was both a departure from and continuation of its past stances, respecting laws yet working to safeguard religious liberty and ensuring they won't be forced to perform same-sex marriages or grant DH. The faith opposes same-sex marriage and sexual intimacy, but it has taken a more welcoming stance to LGBTQ people in recent years. In 2016, it declared that same-sex attraction is not a sin, while maintaining that acting on it was. The bill, which has won support from Democrats and Republicans, is set for a test vote in the Senate on the legislation Wednesday, with a final vote as soon as this week or later this month. It comes after the U.S. Supreme Court overturned the constitutional right to abortion, with Justice Clarence Thomas issuing a concurring opinion indicating that an earlier high court decision protecting same-sex marriage could come under threat. The legislation would repeal the Clinton-era Defense of Marriage Act and require states to recognize all marriages that were legal where they were performed. It makes clear that the rights of private individuals and businesses wouldn't be affected. Utah's 4 congressmen, who are all Latter-day Saints, each came out in support of the legislation earlier this year. The church's public stance is a dramatic departure from 14 years ago, when it was the largest campaign contributor in support of California's Prop.